Today on Wolf Takes a Bite, we blow everything apart. A monument now stands near the Sheffield Bridge in a small western town, Massachusetts. This town recognizing an out-of-the-ordinary event. The sighting of an unidentified flying object. 9-year-old Tom Reed was riding in a car with his mother, grandmother, and brother, crossing the Sheffield Bridge, heading home from their restaurant, Village on the Green, on September 1st, 1969, when they saw something unexpected. Today, we're taking a bite out of the Berkshire Ufo sighting.
I climbed into the hills.
I'm romantic. I would like Bigfoot to exist.
One type is about 3 feet tall, very dark, not humanoid at all. Yep, lizard-looking.
The creatures that I've seen mostly have been the greys.
To the search for truth. Little grey men from outer space who actually abduct humans.
Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jawohl. Wunderbar. Is that lime coke? Watermelon? What is that?
It's Buble.
Buble? Yeah. Like Michael?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Michael Bublé. Liquid death, mountain water. Drum roll, please.
We see you watching this video, not clicking subscribe. Do it.
Why are you not hitting subscribe?
Do it.
We're stuck here till you hit subscribe.
Do it.
Do it.
What an end screen.
Welcome back to Wolf Takes a Bite. I'm still here, wide awake as ever, because you haven't hit subscribe or like yet.
Whoa.
Why? Why haven't you done it?
Do that thing.
Do it now. Do it.
It's easy.
Come on. It's just a click. You're already here. Fucking A.
I got the...
Get your shit together.
I got the most rude comment on YouTube the other day.
Oh, we got a comment?
Dude, I've gotten like 60 on the gaming channel total. But we got a one on one of our more recent videos. It's rude as fuck. It's the first negative comment we've gotten.
That's great. That means we're making it.
It was horrible.
What did it say?
It was really annoying. He was like, first off, it was some asshole who had a monkey NFT. So automatically, you know, he's a douchebag. And it was on one of our It Takes Two episodes, which it came out like 9 hours, right? Had 0 views. That's typical. Not worried about it. But he goes, why is this in my suggestion list? It has 0 views. And I'm like, be number 1. like, come on. Watch the video and then tell me if you don't like it. That would be different. If you don't like it because you watched it, that's fine.
Now I just want to create some alt accounts and start spamming
Fuck you.
comments.
Some really nice, like the one that Jessica did, the horror game, tons of people. Solid comments, like, I'll show you later. They were all very nice. It was all like, hey, keep up the good work, blah, 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 blah. 1,000 views.
Girl playing video games.
Girl
we gotta
playing video
support
games.
that.
Girl playing scary video games. And then the other top video that we have, one of the Minecraft Mondays, tons of comments. Like 20. And 1,000 views. All positive. One video was 0 views. Fuck you.
Fuck you, monkey NFT.
I think his name was Andrew. Fuck you, Andrew.
Oh, that's why he sucks.
Yeah, I've never met a good Andrew.
Fuck everybody named Andrew.
Except for you, Andrew, listening to this now.
That likes this.
Yeah, we like you.
We call you Drew. You're just Drew now. Congratulations.
This is how we
get
increase
up.
the episode. You know, we increase the episode, we warm up a little bit. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen this man.
God, has it really?
I didn't see last week.
Fuck.
Almost 14 days.
I forgot how to do my own show.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Had a little bit of computer problems.
So, new things. I'm not going to cut anything anymore. We're just going to copy and paste.
When no one's sitting on the couch...
It's great.
And adding shit, that's fine.
Oh, dude. I'm
sure it's a nightmare.
2 days in a row, Devin.
Yeah.
2 days in a row.
I know. I'm sorry. It's really annoying.
So out of slight spite.
At least Derek was mostly quiet.
Mostly, yes. Yeah. He was good. But out of spite
Austin.
for Austin, I'm not even doing transitions. I'm just doing hard cuts. So you see us and you're going, what? And then I'm just like, slice. And then we're just like, anyway, about the UFO, fuck you.
I'm totally fine with this, with like the not really cutting much out. Like as long as we.
Oh no, it's straight up hard cuts.
I mean, like
you're over here and then now you're here.
I mean, just I understand that, but I mean, like in general, like I'm not opposed to keeping most of what we say in.
I mean, I usually do.
Yeah.
If anything, I just like
you
cutting
guys
stuff.
hear most of everything that we talk about.
If you think there was a cut, there was probably a cut. If you don't think there was a cut, there was probably a cut. And I really didn't want you to know it.
What are we talking about today?
The Berkshire UFO.
Whoa, what's that?
I have no idea.
Me neither. We gonna learn together.
We are. So from Berkshires.com. No, I'm just kidding.
By the way, that last episode we did.
Oh, man.
That was crazy.
Which one was that?
The one where we were tying all those websites together, fucking creating the spider
I haven't
web.
even edited it yet. What was that on that? Loch Ness?
Maybe.
No. Area 51. That was the end of Area 51. I forgot because I'm still editing it, Austin. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're back with another UFO thing because why the fuck not?
Because it's in our name.
Yeah, like it never happened. Hey, so anyway, we're talking about the Berkshire UFO.
Oh my God.
I don't know much about this. I did some research on it. I was very, very tired because this entire weekend, the past 3 days, I have been doing nothing but manual labor.
Yeah, I saw your home. It looks
Unmistakably eerie how much these accounts line up for the Reed brothers. Even more spooky, the Reed brothers, Matt and Thomas, who were found in the Netflix episode of. By the way, there is a Netflix episode about this.
I'm just now learning this. Yes,
It's probably more informational.
it's probably an over dramatic.
I mean, it's from Unsolved Mysteries. I did try to watch it last night.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I tried to watch it last night. I fell asleep,
Okay.
but I learned some things.
All right.
It happened in Berkshire.
It did.
That's all I know.
That's that. The name suggests
That's
that.
as far as I got.
Oh, no. We have so much more
to
time.
go. I know. Yeah, that's why I'm filling. Cut. Anyway,
Stop doing that.
so they say, as they say, they have encountered 4 times. The brothers have encountered 4 times aliens. Aliens 4 times.
That's a lot of aliens.
That's a lot of aliens. And they don't use the term abductions.
What do they use?
They have actually gone on record as saying they don't really like that term. 3 of those encounters were in the 1960s with their grandmother and mother, and they say that the 4th one was in 2009 when Matt was in Indiana.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Indiana.
If Massachusetts wasn't bad enough, because nobody knows where that is, Indiana, though, we know where that is.
Except for those people
Who
are
live in
listening.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Wherever that is.
We like you.
You're on the map. Congratulations.
You're heard. This is a safe place.
Nobody's listening.
Is anybody out there?
Oh, yeah. I don't know that reference.
I just screamed it.
Okay, cool. Anyway, opens new tab. Widely thought to be the face of the sighting, Indiana and has restart cut. So the brothers, Thomas specifically, was widely thought to be the face of this sighting and has written about it. He has said, end quote, being taken aboard and tarnished, circular-looking vessel where an image of a willow tree was displayed. He was 9 at the time. Wow. Sounds like a doctor's office.
That's very descriptive for a 9-year-old.
Do you want a lollipop?
Oh, no.
So the Berkshire UFO sighting is actually now recognized as a historical event. This is verified a historical event.
So wait, so the local government has been like, yes, this happened.
Well, there's some controversy with that. So they kind of try to redact it after the monument was built because somebody signed the approval for the monument to be put up.
Yeah?
And they didn't want that to happen. So they redacted it and scratched it off.
Is it still there?
Yes. Because it's been now protected by the Historical Society.
Oh, no.
In 2015, the Great Barrington Historical Society recognized... Great transition for me. Thank you. It's almost like I meant to do that. In 2015, the Great Barrington Historical Society recognized the 1969 supernatural encounter as an official historical event. According to, from our perspective, it's significantly a historical event, according to Debbie Opperman, the society's director. She has also been said, quote, she said, basically because it's an event that was important to so many people in the South County at the time. Interesting.
It seems like it seems like it would just be important to these two children,
Well, the family at the very least.
and maybe the immediate family. The whole county.
Well, that's because this was a mass sighting,
Oh, okay.
but it happened to these people.
Okay.
They're the ones that said, yeah, we were taken aboard or whatever. And everybody else is like, I saw them lights and shit.
So, like, these two kids get not abducted because that's not the word they want to use, whatever word they want to use.
Right.
They got that. and the whole town saw it happen and was like, that's fucking
Suspicious.
I thought you were going to say rape.
The willow tree. It's a euphemism.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Terrible news.
Oh, man. We're so not getting sponsored now. God damn.
Hey, thanks for sticking around for the transistor ad there at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, that's where we're putting it, so you can at least see it before we get shut down. Anyway, so a memorial to the event was even erected by private supporters. Memorial to the event was even erected by private supporters, but proved controversial as it was graffitied and later removed. It features a plaque that read, "The official induction of our nation's first off-world UFO incident." It's a pretty bold claim, first of all.
Did you say the nation?
Yep.
When did this happen?
1969.
I don't think so.
I know.
I
said it's a very bold claim.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a very bold claim.
If UFOs have been
But officially government.
okay, yeah, because everything else was weather balloons.
Right. With airplane parts in a weather balloon. Although this isn't the first time the supernatural has actually had contact with the American people. We know that. Some of us have trouble remembering what we were doing a week ago or even last night. But Tom Warner of Great Barrington, Massachusetts, can say exactly where he was on the evening of September 1st, 1969.
A day that will live in infamy.
I was lying right where they were standing.
What is this thing that you're doing with your lips?
Massachusetts? I don't know. Boston?
15 minutes.
I don't know how to do Boston. Fuck.
I'm just letting you know.
Let's see, 5 cuts and see my notes. Okay, so I was plus 5 minutes. I was lying right where they were standing there. I was laying right where we're standing, right here. In his documentary, he says. Warner said recently, standing in the yard with a stunning view of the Berkshires. I was lying on the ground like this. And there was a beam on me! As Warner tells it, that beam was emanating from an object that resembled nothing like he'd ever seen before. 20 feet or more in height, Probably about 30 to 40 feet around.
So this isn't even just the Reed brothers now.
Yeah.
Now this whole other guy's.
This is a whole nother guy.
This is a whole.
Whole nother guy.
Oh, Jesus.
Like I said, Massachusetts.
I got it. Yeah.
That's a dumb joke.
It was terrible.
It was good.
It was right up your alley.
Yeah, I liked it. And it had, as I'm looking now, I can see it. It had lights, I tell you. Warner recalled, the lights were colors. More colors than I'd never seen in my life. And some colors I've never seen before. Now to skeptics, Devin.
Hello.
This tale of close encounter half a century ago might sound implausible.
Yes.
But Warner isn't the only one convinced he witnessed something remarkable that night.
Okay.
And back in 1969, there were listeners that called the radio station that evening.
What'd they say?
Well, David Izzy, the general manager of Great Barrington-based WSBS,
What's that?
a radio station,
Oh.
I guess West something Barrington, Berkshire bullshit. I don't know.
Station.
Yes,
Got it.
WSBS. They didn't know it was a UFO at the time. They just called the station and said, something bizarre is happening. So we talked about it on air just last week. And one of our listeners, Jane Brown, who is now 84, she called into the radio station and told us that she was one of the first people who had reported it. Interesting. So that's a third person.
Well, 4.
Well, yeah.
Because both the Reed brothers.
And his grandmother and his mother. Because the whole family was taken up in that one.
4 of those, and then there was the other guy, Thomas Warner.
Warner, yeah.
And then there's now this other person.
Yes, Jane
So
something.
we got 6 people.
Brown.
And but she just saw it, though.
Yes.
She didn't get abducted.
Right.
The other guy didn't get abducted, but he got beamed.
He got beamed on,
Yeah, but they didn't actually suck him up.
I guess.
Yeah.
Or off. These distant memories are back in...
Very rude.
These distant memories are back... I know, right? If you're going to beat me,
Yeah, come
you might
on.
as well suck me.
Yeah.
These distant memories are back in the news thanks to a monument near a covered bridge in the neighboring town of Sheffield, where a man named Tom Reed, who we've already discussed, this is the main guy here, says he and his family had their own close encounter that evening. This light, it rose up maybe 2-3 stories, and it went actually farther away from our vehicle over what's now a large cornfield. Why is it always a cornfield?
Well, so they were in their vehicle.
Oh.
In what I assume would be a road.
And then a cornfield next to it.
Okay.
So I guess the ship was over the cornfield and then it was beaming at them.
At the road.
Right.
Okay, got it.
The monument in question didn't arrive until much later in 2015 after Great Barrington Historical Society took the unusual step of calling Reed's account historically significant and true. Ta-da.
That is a government body.
Uh-huh. But now its future is in jeopardy. The town of Sheffield has said recently the monument might actually be on public property, but which could lead to its removal. The citation from Governor Charlie Baker praising Reed's family that adorns the monument's face has lost some luster. As well as recently a spokesman for Baker told the Boston Globe it was issued in error. The Great Barrington Historical Society seems to have some buyer's remorse as well to the monument. Somebody was quoted in saying, I think the Historical Society regrets that our words and our decision has been taken out of context, said Robert Cole.
Out of context?
It sounds like they're backpedaling.
They were like, yeah, dude, this statue, it's gonna be super sick. We should definitely use taxpayer money for this sick ass statue. Then they got it, and a few decades later, they were like, you know what? I'm done playing with this now. Let's get rid of it.
Now, Kroll hastily adds, not that the events of that night weren't significant, but Kroll, who wasn't even there when the Historical Society first weighed in, believes that, in retrospect, it was a mistake to focus so much attention on one man instead of everyone else who witnessed something inexplainable that night. So really, it's just more like they're like, fuck you, Tom. Why doesn't everybody get their name
Well,
on
not
there?
only that, but it's this new guy. It's this new guy. He wasn't even there. He's this
When
big
this
hot
decision
shot
was
comes
made,
in, and he's like, you know what? Would
Government. He's government.
You know what would look cooler than one guy? What if we got the whole motherfucking city as a statue?
Huh.
Yeah.
So children coming into school talking about the event, Kroll said, an old student of mine, one is a local shop owner whose father was the police chief in the town. So these are reliable people, and these are not self-promoters. And it seems like a job at Tom Reed, because he's written a book and done all this stuff and got a lot of money.
I wonder if Reed fucked his girlfriend.
Sister.
Damn.
Who knows? Why?
He's got some personal vendetta against this guy specifically, and he's just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's take the whole goddamn statue out of here.
Now,
Who's it hurting?
I don't know. But Reed detailed his story in multiple media venues and has gone further on many of his forums, further than many of his former neighbors who also would encounter this. So, I mean, he really capitalized on the whole thing. And that's why I think Kroll's like, no. Everybody should get a shot. So in 2015, Reed told the UFO Hub that he'd seen a creature resembling an ant with some human features. That's fucking terrifying.
Oh no.
Good damn it, insectoids.
That's the ones I don't want to fuck with.
That's most likely the ones we're gonna have to fuck with.
That's the, like, out of all the types of aliens that I could deal with, like, ever.
It's those. Let's see. Okay, I think the fact that when people say those, I think that's actually what they saw. It's when everybody claims that they see grays and everything else like that. Even the ethereal whites, or the tall whites. I feel like those races are a lot less prominent, and I feel like people use those because their minds are like, that's more human. That seems more believable. Blah 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 blah. But nobody talks about insectoids. But when you do hear about that shit, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
And probably what happened. They just wanted to eat them.
Yeah, I'm not about.
Can you imagine a 9-foot tall ant?
No.
That's horrifying.
It would be terrifying.
It could lift the Empire State Building.
It could.
It could.
It's terrifying. It's
yeah,
scary
that
as
show
shit.
is crazy.
Wait, what?
You know the one where they're like most extreme animals on Animal Planet? Remember that one? They take it like an ant and show what it would do if it was the size of a human, and just raise all of its stats up. It's such a good show.
Raise its stats.
Raise its stats to human level. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not about that at all.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. First off, fuck an ant. All right, straight up, fuck an ant. Fuck a 9-foot tall ant specifically, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you're out there listening, fuck you.
That's going to be a very hard exoskeleton to get through. I don't think your words are going to hurt it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect you to go that route. I'm glad you did though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So, oh, I see. I missed an opportunity there. Anyway, he said that it had a head that looked almost like a football shape. He also had reported additional encounters with other UFOs. In comparison, Tom Warner has kept a relatively low profile, but like Reed, he was convinced that the Sheffield Monument commemorates something significant, and that forgetting that evening would be a mistake entirely. But when you see something, it's like, I see you. I see that rock. I see that building, Warner said. I saw that UFO.
Seeing's believing.
Now, just as I'll post a picture of it there, but here's a picture of the Berkshire UFO.
Oh, that's the monument?
Monument. Yeah.
Oh, it's not even a dude.
It's the plaque that everybody's pissed off about.
What the fuck? Really? This is the thing that's upsetting people. Motherfucker, I can go out and get a plaque made and just attach it to a fucking rock.
I mean, that's what it is.
I'm not opposed to doing that either.
So,
was gonna say go listen to Wolf Takes a Bite.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Just put it everywhere.
We're gonna put it in parks.
Yeah, on benches.
They're gonna get removed for sure, but
Public property.
people will see it. Gotta check that out.
So here's another reading of the account. On the evening of September 1st, 1969, strange lights descended on the town of Sheffield, located in southern Berkshires. Many who saw the lights said that they were attached to a UFO. According to witness accounts, the UFO in question was a disc-shaped craft that performed aerobatic maneuvers in the sky above the Berkshires, and it is unclear exactly how long the phenomenon lasted, but many witnesses alleged UFO encounters described losing track of time completely anyway. That's a lot of truth to that as well. The Berkshires is a region of the rural highlands in western Massachusetts. It encompasses large swaths of wilderness, making it a popular tourist destination for hikers and nature lovers during the summer. The Berkshires are also made up of mostly small towns, which in the case of curious extraterrestrial beings makes it the ideal spot to visit. However, the seemingly brief UFO encounter was apparently powerful enough to leave a lingering sense of mass confusion in its wake. School children were drawing UFOs in class, while adults called into the radio stations to explain what they had seen. There was listeners that called into the radio station that evening, and at the time, they didn't know it was a UFO. They just, called to say something bizarre was happening. Many people who saw the strange light vessel that night were left bewildered. Nobody seemed to know what they saw, but they knew they saw something. The incident has since been dubbed the 1969 Berkshire Ufo Incident, and it was later estimated that about 40 people reported seeing this UFO.
That's a documented sighting.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. It's almost like the lights over Arizona.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, we'll talk about it. That one's a really big one. Almost half of Arizona saw.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Arizona's
thousands
big.
of people saw it.
That's crazy.
I think it's still to date probably one of the largest mass UFO sightings. But
The Battle for LA too.
that was a movie.
Yeah, but it was based on an actual thing.
A sighting, yeah. Well, that was the Air Force was involved in that.
Yeah, they
shot at the fucking thing.
Yeah, like it's the same rant that you had about like those guys at for the motherfucking Roswell, where it was like the guys in charge of like nuclear weapon testing was like, oh yeah, it's a fucking weather balloon. Okay, for sure. It's like that. It's like the military is like, oh, our bad. We were shooting at nothing. Anyway.
So it basically just goes on to repeat that, about 45 years later, it comes down to that all the people who witnessed this were actually very verifiably trusting people, like, small town, like, firemen, policemen, shop owners, local people, like old people, like just not the one or two town crazies. There's a lot of people. Like 40 people is probably half this town or a quarter of the town.
Even if there was some of them that was like completely like like you couldn't take their words into consideration. Not all 40.
No.
Someone saw something.
That's a majority.
How many people were Jesus fucking Christ. How many people do you think were in that motherfucker?
Oh, who knows?
In the city? I mean, I know it was small, but it was 40 is probably not half the amount of people that was there.
We could look it up.
We could.
Put the number of how many people lived in the town of Berkshire during 1969.
It was that many.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's either impressive or not.
It's crazy either way. Or, I'm just impressed by everything. Anyway, Reed saw it when he was 9, and he's, like I said, they keep mentioning him, but like I tried not to go too deep. I do have his story, and we'll read that later, though. As the Reed family did recall, they were heading home from their restaurant, and he was giving his brother a fireball candy, when suddenly they noticed a mass of glowing lights peeking out from behind the lush trees on an empty road.
I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I was just driving down the road and I was like looking upon the horizon, coming back from like a nice dinner with family, and I'd just see lights and shit. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, here we go.
Is it?
I'm done.
Should have had the steak.
I would have been chewing for 5 more minutes and we would have missed this whole goddamn thing.
So the lights continued to spill out from the trees as the family crossed over the bridge. They didn't know what to make of the sight. And they said, we all looked at it because it was kind of a self-contained glow. It rose up a little bit. It looked like it followed the dirt road, which I'm pretty sure it probably didn't, but it appeared that way because they could see it through the trees, and the light started to bleed through. Once we broke into a bit of a clearing, we could see inside the car because it was so bright and there was so much light flooding inside.
So imagine you're driving home late one night with Jess and Amelia, and Amelia's in the backseat, and she's like, John, look, and you've had yourself a day. You're just not having any of it. You're just like, not now, Amelia. Just keep driving. It was a fucking UFO. Like, could you just imagine that shit?
I'd be mad if I didn't look.
Yeah. She tells you later, yeah, it was something flying. It looked like an alien spacecraft, and you'd be like, son of a bitch!
Why weren't we recording?
Yeah, because if she said flat out, I think that's a UFO, you would probably brake in the middle of the highway, pull out your fucking phone, and start recording.
So, Reed specifically says this too. As the glow emerged, he recalled both sides of the road being lit up as well. And then he recalled being taken into a hangar.
Oh, hello?
A hangar-like area that was bigger than a football field.
What?
We encountered something, said Reed. It was definitely not of this world. We had a black and white television at the time, and it was the imagery that we saw on this. This thing was unbelievable. There were lights that looked like fluorescent tubing inside of the hangar. This hallway that we had seen was circular with a Y configuration, almost to control the flow of traffic.
What?
This one room had a bowed-in wall that was rounded and was not something you would have seen anywhere in 1969. I have no idea where I was, but I know what I saw was very different than anything that I've seen today, even 50 years later.
That's pretty crazy.
Glimpses of the strange place muddied in his brain until he realized that they were back inside the car and his grandmother and mother had switched seats. More astonishingly, there were no more glowing lights.
So they were like, here, put them back. We're done with them. And then they made one crucial mistake. They got the seats wrong. That's how we remembered the whole thing.
The Matrix broke. That's what it was.
Man, that's crazy. 33 minutes.
Okay. So I'm going to either do one of two things in this next portion. We're going to completely reread this Reed story again, like from his point of view, now that you got a little teaser of what that's like.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It is. I want to hear from Reed. And then we're going to go through the Unsolved Mysteries case files and see what we can dig up in there.
For
the last... The audio only portion, which you got to go.
Whoa!
You got to go.
Wow!
To Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Apparently, those are the only two anyone gives a fuck about. And go there.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeet. Hey, it's me, John Wolf. If you enjoyed that episode, you can listen to the rest of this episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the icon bell and never miss another episode. For all things Wolf Takes a Bite, visit us at GrayManandMediaCo.com.